Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're here. Um, let me get this all set up here and get into the webinar, the home buyer webinar presentation today. Uh, I'm your host, Kevin Mitchell, your Washington Realtor with Fathom Realty. And today we're going to talk about your first home or next home, the proven path to home ownership. All right, let's go on and get into it. Now, if you're thinking about buying your house, if it's your first house or your next house, you got to feel concerned, stressed out, especially with everything, all the headlines, what's going on in the housing market. A little intimidated, anxious, uncertain. But I'm here to tell you that you made it to this class. Hopefully, by the end of this, you won't feel this way anymore. You may still have a little, may be a little anxious or something, but I just wanted to clear up some things here, uh, the home buying process, and be a resource for you if you do so choose to buy a house here in Washington or buy your next house, buy your first house or your next house. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, here's a client that I helped, first time home buyer. Um, this when the market was crazy. They man, they hung in there. But the good thing is that the market is no longer like that before, where you got to uh, put in offers, get outbidded, people paying $50,000, $75,000 over asking. So, but these guys, they hung in there, and I'll read it for you. This was our first home buying experience. Kevin was a perfect realtor for the job during this hot market. We had a realtor in 2019, felt like we were being forced and pushed and rushed to purchase a house. We parted that with that realtor and found Kevin. Kevin never rushed us, never felt forced. He was able to assist us and answer all our questions, so we felt comfortable in what we were doing. Made the process super easy for us, even though there were times we wanted to give up after getting numerous offers outbid or wasn't accepted. He was quick to inform us of new properties and always on it. If we wanted to schedule a viewing at a convenient time for us, he is the man. He's the man to go to if you want to purchase property. Thank you. Yes, that is what I look for. I 5 stars. Any person I work with, any client, friend, family, um, you're trusting in me that I'm there to help you and you know help you make the largest investment in your life. So, all right, let's move on here. All right, a little bit about me. I was in the military, served on subs on the Ohio. Um, I tend to think I'm an outstanding father, husband, love cheeseburgers. Got my license back in 2017. Um, bought my first house at 24, and I love doing this. I specialize in helping first time home buyers or next home buyers navigate the real estate process through great communication and solving any problems that may arise. So, all right, next. So a lot of anytime I'm talking to somebody that's thinking about buying a home, the first question they ask is, Kevin, where do I start? There's all this information on where do I start? So you start here at this class and get an overview of the whole process. So we're going to answer that for you. So where do you start? First step is, I'll move this here, is coming to this class so you can learn everything, the process from start to finish, right? Then you want to get pre-approved. And I have a list of mortgage brokers that I work with that you can shop their rates. They'll talk to you about different loan types and everything, so on and so forth. Then you meet with me. I got my calendar link here. Set up a time, and then we're going to discuss what you're looking for in the house, and then go from there. So, all right, let's go to the next slide. All right, today what we're going to cover is uh, fears and facts about buying a home, the realities of our market today, the 6 simple steps to home ownership, financing, and then the next steps after this class on uh, what you should be doing. All right, first, fears and facts about buying a home. So, a lot of fears. I can't afford to buy a home right now. Until you actually met with somebody, mortgage broker, lender, you really don't know what you can afford. The thing is that if you're paying rent right now, more than likely you may be able to afford a mortgage. So, and if not at that time, the brokers that I work with, they'll give you a game plan to get you the path to home ownership. So I should wait until the market gets better. the The thing is that the truth about it is there's never a bad time to buy the right home for you. And the right home for you is what fits your needs, your concerns, and everything there. So um and also that you're going to keep the house for um a period of time because it is a long-term investment. So I don't have the money for a down payment. The fact about that is that there's so many different programs out there. There's a variety of down payment options available to you, different loan products types, and so on and so forth. So I can't. Next fear, I can't afford to buy my dream home. The best way to get closer to buying your dream home is buy your first home. Personally, me and my family, what we did was we kind of stair step. We went from a condo to a townhouse to now we in our single family home now that we've been in for the last 10 years. So um, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. All right, why buy now? The market's not like it was before. Buying now, one, you got more negotiating power. The contingencies have returned. Contingencies are like you're allowed to do an inspection, right? And ask for the seller to make repairs or get uh, seller to pay closing costs for you that'll help buy down your rate. So uh, why buy now? Long-term investment. Like I said, buying a house is a long-term investment. If you're looking to stay in it for a year, we'll get to the next slide. But there are some reasons why you shouldn't buy a house. But um, it's a long-term investment. Your equity is going to grow, appreciation is going to grow as soon as you're paying down the principal and everything. So, and then the third is pride of ownership. There's a sense of security and stability in having a home, freedom to do whatever you want to the house, paint, put up a fence, whatever it is. And then what I love is 2 things: wealth building and tax benefits. There's tax benefits of having a home. So, let me see here. Now, what I said before, there's a reason that you should be buying right now. There's also reasons why you shouldn't. One, if you change jobs in the last uh less than the last 2 years, right? If you change jobs in the last year, you might want to hold off, right? Financially, your credit score needs a little work, right? You don't have money for, you might not need to have a down payment, but you're going to need money for closing costs if the seller is not going to pay closing costs. So you need to have money. Um, and then also, you don't want to be house poor. You got this nice house, but you can't buy groceries. You don't want to do that, right? And like I said before, if short-term home ownership, if you're only going to want to live in there for a year, you shouldn't. Or you only want to keep the house for a year, this isn't for you. You shouldn't be buying a house. So, realities of our market. I forgot the date I pulled this, but right now in Kitsap County, median home price is right at 525,000. even though it feels like a buyer's market, it's by the term it's still a seller's market because the reason is because a normal market is within 4 to 6 months of inventory on the market, whereas a buyer's market when it's 6 months or more of inventory. Right now, inventory is low, where I think I checked last is less than two months of inventory right now, which basically means if all the houses are, no one put another listing on the market, all of those houses will be sold in the next 2 months. So interest rates, they've actually dropped since then. They're right around a little under 7, depending. So hopefully they keep going down, getting to their fives. I remember the townhouse, I think we ended up refinancing, but it was at 6%, 6.5, 6.25%. So got to keep moving myself. All right, but look, homeownership, and I'm here for you every step of the way. There's 6 steps to homeownership, right? 1, you hire me, right? Then, like I said, I'm gonna give you a list of mortgage brokers, uh, so you can get pre-approved financing and know how much money you have to go shopping with, right? Find your home. Then once you find the home you love, we're gonna make an offer, um, and negotiate the offer, closing date, uh, so on and so forth. How much they'll put for closing costs, inspections, and we're going to negotiate those repairs as well. Then appraisal, excuse me, closing, you're going to get them keys. That's it, right? So step 1, like I said, you hire me as your Washington realtor. My job is to educate you what's going on with the market, get an idea what your wants and needs, um, not only your wants and needs, but your your definite no's. For instance, like Kevin, I don't want a house with no garage. That's my job to find houses for you that have garages, right? Show you homes that fit your criteria, coordinate the work of other professionals such as inspectors, appraisers, um, keep in contact with the lender, see what's going on, the other agent. So negotiate on your behalf, and then, like I said, solve any problems. I'm solution driven. All right, when should you hire your Washington realtor? See here. So right now it's January. So if you're looking to your last lease payment, and I got to change that, it said least. Your last lease payment, your rent, the last rent payment you want to make is in June. We need to be talking right now, right? Which is good. You've come into this class. So start working now, get your finances in order and get that pre-approval done. And then we start looking in February for homes and get you under contract in April, because normally it takes 45 days, 30 to 45 days uh, to close on a home, right? Take home ownership, take ownership in June, move in at the end of June, and then make that last lease payment the 1st of June. The beautiful part is once you close, if you close in the middle of June, more than likely your first mortgage payment is not going to be due until August because they give you that lag time. So, all right, step 2, securing financing. This get pre-approved. There's pre-approved and there's pre-qualification. We want you to get pre-approved, and the lender broker they'll go over that. Pre-approval, they're digging in. It's a formal application. Uh, a commitment that that you're approved for the loan. And then it also tells you how much you can borrow and what your rate is going to be. And then also it just lets we submit the pre-approval letter with our offer. And what it does is it lets the seller know that you're serious, that you went through the vetting process, and you're able to purchase this home. Now, choosing a lender. Um, I have my people that I work with that I know they'll get the job done, and they're also solution driven as well. But if you know someone that is a lender that you prefer working with, by all means, by all means, I always like meeting new lenders that are great at their job. So let's see here. And when choosing a lender, interview all of them. Choose the one that you feel most comfortable with. Get the application done. There's be documents that they'll need from you, but they'll give you a list of what they'll need and everything. So just identification, bank stuff, bank statements, pay stubs, and then when you're buying a house, you definitely want to create a budget. Identify your expenses, determine the amount you can comfortably spend on your new home, uh, and you want to go off what am I comfortable with paying each month, right? That could be 400, $500,000 houses, but you really need to narrow it down or hone in on how much can I afford each month, right? Because that's what's going to be due the first of every month. How much can I pay? And like I said, you don't want to go house poor and not be able to buy groceries, right? You still got to eat. All right, mortgages. Really, there's three decisions that um, need to make. Down payment, how much you're going to put down, right? Even though you take the loan that doesn't require a down payment, you can still put money down on the house to get your monthly payment lower, right? Interest payment, what's your rate? The lender, broker, they'll go over that with you. And then term, how long do you want to the loan for? There's 15, 20, 30-year loans. Obviously, the 30-year loan is going to be the monthly payment will be less, but also the interest rate is a little higher. So something to go over with the lenders there. So, and that monthly mortgage payment, it covers each payment covers four things, right? You got your principal, and that's you paying towards the equity of your home. Interest, you paying the lender because their money they loan you the money. It's not free. Taxes, so property taxes, they go to state and local fire departments, schools, so on and so forth. And then your insurance, and that pays to protect the investment. So if you have a leak or something like that, something damaging to the house. So PITI. Now, down payments. Based on your pre-approval amounts. So, uh, and then also depend on the loan, and it can vary from 0% to 20%. There's different loan programs like VA, which I am. Um, I was able to get in the house, no money down. We still had to bring closing costs. But at the time when we bought that place, so um, now for the down payment, where do you get these funds from? You can get you a side job, from your savings, 401k. Uh, you can get a gift from your parents, whatever makes most sense. But also, what you want to do is be very transparent with the lender. Let them know. Ask them first, hey, I got this money here that I want to put towards the house. What's the best way to use it? And they'll go over it with you. So, oh gosh, this is the biggest. Once you're pre-approved and you're pre-approved for say 500,000. Once you're pre-approved, stay pre-approved, right? No big purchases. Don't do anything like your credit has to stay pristine, right? No big purchases. Don't go out and buying a car. Oh, we're getting a house. We gotta have a nice car right in front of the house. Get the house first. Then once you're in the house, go get the car. No new credit, no new debt, and most do not change jobs. wait till after you get in the house, right? Before you go and changing jobs, because you don't want to go from uh let's say being a pilot to now you're in sales, right? Two different industries. So even if you're selling planes, it's still two different, and the income that they look at is totally is different. So and protect your down payment. Don't go out buying stuff. I remember when we bought our first house, we didn't eat out. I think it was like that whole time that we got once we got it pre-approved, we didn't eat out. We were just stacking money. So all right, now finding your home. Step three, that's when we get to go shopping. Yeah, no more window shopping. We can actually walk through homes now. No more scrolling through Zillow. Oh man, I love the house. Now we can actually go see the houses, right? So this is where, like I said, we'll have a one-on-one, get an idea what your needs are, your wants, tell you a little bit about what's going on with the market, and then I always tell my clients, let's go look at some houses. If they're in your budget, let's go look at some houses because there's some times where you're like, oh yeah, I'll be okay with that. But then once you get it to the house, no, nah, Kevin, I need that garage. Parking is crucial for me. So um one of my things on buying a house, it has to be a flat lot. I can't do any slopes or anything like that. That's just non-negotiable for me. So and once you start shopping, you'll have yours too. Um, this is the thing is once we go shopping, you're looking at seeing like the layout, how much space you can put your what you can put your couch at. You can go, oh, this is gonna be the office. This is gonna be John's room, whatever, right? I'm looking um for safety items, right? I'm looking at the size, the layout of the house, and I'm getting doing a mental note of one, is it listed? Is the price that they got it listed at comparable to the ones that's recently sold, right? And then also I'm looking at okay, resale value. What things are there any big ticket items like any cracks in the foundation? What does the roof look like? How long has the furnace been there? That's what I'm looking at. So, and that's because I got your back. So, all right. Condo, townhome, like I told you, there's some pros and cons to it. Well, I told you that that's where I started at first at a condo. But there's some pros and cons to getting a condo and townhome, um, or even a single family home. Pros, lower cost per square foot, low maintenance. Most of the time, if you're in a condo or townhome, you might not even have a yard, right? Condo, I know our condo, we had a pool there. There was a community center where we could go shoot pool, but you could also jump in the pool and swim. The cons, you only own for condos, you only own the space inside, right? There's dues, and it's managed by a board of directors. All right, new construction maybe an option for you as well. It's nothing uh, to stay away from. I would definitely look at new construction because the pros is they got warranties on the house. I think the first year you get a builder's warranty, which usually covers everything top to bottom. Then there's the roof warranty, and then sometimes depending on the market, like right now, they're looking to get rid of inventory, so they'll throw in things. I know we were able to get blinds for the house, garage door opener. Um, our neighbor, they said when they bought, they got an air conditioner. We should have went for the air conditioner, but some of the cons is there's the future of the neighborhood is uncertain. Sometimes they're in the outlying areas and not near amenities and so on and so forth. But you can find some good new construction homes. Step four, make an offer and negotiate. That's the part I love, right? So making an offer. That's why when we're doing the walkthrough, I'm looking at make sure that it's comparable to the houses that have recently sold, right? So the offer must reflect the true market value. of the house. And then there are 6 basic categories um, address the timing and financial considerations. So like closing, um, earnest money, when the inspection is due, so on and so forth there. So there are, once we go, you see a house, once it goes under contract, there's different deadlines that we have to meet. And my job is to help protect you to make sure you meet those deadlines, because we want you to keep your earnest money to the end. Or if you decide to walk away and not like, you don't like the house because of um, repairs, we have an exit strategy, right? And that goes along with the contingencies there, often referred as the conditions that allow you to opt out, which I was speaking of, right? Inspection and repairs, get home inspected, negotiate repairs. The thing is that with every house, the inspector, they're going to find something. Their job is to find everything, right? But don't sweat the small stuff. It's the big stuff that matters, right? There's cracking in the foundation. There's cracks over the windows, meaning that water may be getting in, right? Water coming from the ceiling. No, that's no. There's a leak in the roof. Shingles, electrical, there's pest problems. They're going to find it. And you're going to get this huge report that's going to tell you everything, but that's their job. And then the appraisal, but actually going back to the inspection, the good thing is that once you get that report, it lets you know, hey, these are the things that are going on with the house that I need to get fixed, right? Appraisal. So not only do I do my market analysis, but the bank is going to send an appraiser out to do an unbiased professional opinion on the value of the home. Because this is the thing is the bank, if we offer 500,000, but the bank say, hey, this house is only worth 475, right? They're protecting their interests, right? They're protecting their money to make sure. Then if it's 475, we offer 500, then we got to negotiate, right? And in that negotiating, either the seller brings there's really 3 things. The seller bring the payment down to 475, which in this market, that'd be in their best interest. Um, bring it down to 475, or you pay the full, the $25,000 difference, which I wouldn't recommend as a buyer in this market, or you meet in the middle. They lower it half, you pay the difference. In this market, I would recommend that they, but it's a case by case basis. So, all right, then close and be a homeowner. Yes, we did it. High fives. Yes. All right. So now pre-close. So before we get the keys, you go in, you sign paperwork, um, right? Some things you need to budget. Closing costs normally 2 to 3%. Earnest money that's due at the beginning. Once we put the offer in, it's typically 1% of the purchase price. So 500,000, you're gonna put $5,000. Write a check for $5,000 and take it to escrow, and they're going to keep it. That money is going to go towards your closing costs, whatever fees and everything like that. So, um, inspections, out of pocket, any surveys, the appraisal costs, homeowners insurance, and then any repairs or improvements after the sale. Those where you want to have some money set aside for. And then before, if there was any inspection items, this we'll do a five. We always do a final walkthrough a couple days before closing, especially if there were some items that need to get repaired. We want to make sure that the seller repaired them. So, but you want to do a final walkthrough and make sure that the house looked like the same state that you first got it in, if not better, that you looked at it when you first walked through the house. So, all right, close. Some things you need to bring: certified funds, like a certified check, so on, and that's for closing costs. Your ID, you got to verify. They want to make sure it's you. You are who you say you are, right? Bring your ID, evidence of insurance, and then what you're going to get is that settlement statement. Gives you a breakdown of all the costs. Transfer a clear title, making sure there's no hidden liens or anything like that. Once you get the house, then you get once it's recorded with the county, get them keys. So here goes some other clients bought this is actually their first rental property. So that wasn't their first house, but there was their next house, which was their first rental property. So, which that was exciting. See all the chemicals and stuff that were left in the house. All right, some other things to do: protect your investment, maintain the house. You want to do perform routine maintenance, like getting your heating and cooling checked every once a year. Making sure that you got pest control coming out, making sure there's no rodents or anything like that. Keep an eye on leaks, um, and make sure you fix them when they're small. So, and then keep a file of all your receipts for your repairs, just so you got a record of what's going on with the house. And then also, what help with those costs is getting a home warranty, and that home warranty will help cut some of the costs, even for appliances, uh, roof leaks. They do repairs. So, oh, wrong way. All right. So, like I said, my commitment to you: educate you about the market, analyze your wants and needs, take you to homes that fit your criteria, coordinate with other professionals to make sure um, they're doing their job, or if any problems arise, I got solutions. So, and then negotiate on your behalf on any offers or any homes that you see. We're it. That's it. Yes, we did it. So hopefully you're feeling a little excited, a little more confident, excited. You're informed. You know, now you got a clear, instead of where do I start, you got a clear path of, now, where do I start? You know, which is contacting me. So if you got any questions, definitely hit me up. Give me give me a call, shoot me a text. My number's on the screen there. Shoot me an email, kevin@yourwashingtonrealty.com. If you see me on social media somewhere, you can private message me as well. Um, and then I think I'm gonna put this somewhere on social media, but definitely put your questions in the comments. So, all right. So making step 2 happen, right? Getting pre-approved. So we finished the class. Now get pre-approved. Um, Send me an email or book a meeting with me right there on Calendly, and then I can give you my whole buyer's packet that'll have the brokers that I work with in the packet. So go over to Calendly. Say that 2 times fast. Calendly. Go ahead to calendly.com, Your Washington Realtor, and then book a 30-minute session, an hour, and we'll get you set up. We'll discuss what your needs are, your wants, because sometimes you maybe not even want to talk to a broker yet, but talk to me. I'm here to help. And then last but not least, grab the Home Buyer's Handbook. It's got some great tools, resources, uh, so you can check your credit, some credit tips, like going to annualcreditreport.com, getting your free credit report to see what your score is. Uh, Goes over the whole buy-in process as well, because I know we went through this pretty fast. So definitely to get that handbook, go to WashingtonHomeBuyerGuide.com. WAHomebuyerguide.com. WashingtonHomeBuyerGuide.com. Also, if you go to YourWashingtonRealtor.com, to my website, you go to YourWashingtonRealtor.com. You can go up to resources, and then also get that that home buyer handbook as well. So, or give me a call, shoot me a text. Hey, Kevin, let me get the guide and I'll shoot it over to you. So, all right. So that is it. I'll leave this here for a couple more seconds, but yeah, thank you very much for staying with me throughout this whole process to this webinar. Hopefully it was beneficial to you. Hopefully it helped uh, get you a little more confident knowing that, hey, you know what? I can't buy a house. All right. You know what? Yeah, we do need to get rid of this house and get a bigger home. Right. So, like I said, if you need anything from me, let me see, I'll leave this up here. Reach out to me. I'm here. Um, but yeah, until next time, peace.